Hi, love bugs. I hope that you had a great day today. Today, in our newsletter, I had a suggestion for you to listen to a fairy tale. That fairy tale was Princess and the Pea. If you listen to the story The Princess and the Pea, tonight's bedtime story might sound a little familiar. Our bedtime story tonight is called The Princess and the Frozen Peas. Yeah, it sounds a little bit the same, but it's also different. This whole week, I'm going to be reading stories to you that sound a little bit like fairy tales you might know, but they're also a little different. Today in our story, The Princess and the Frozen Peas, a princess is so upset when a cranky old king arrives at her palace and wants to marry her. Let's read to find out what happens in The Princess and the Frozen Peas. This story was written by someone named Laura North, and the pictures were drawn by the illustrator. The illustrator's name is Joelle Dreedme. There was once a young, beautiful princess who lived in a huge kingdom. One day, a very cranky old king came to the royal palace intending to marry the princess.
Oh no, thought the princess. I can't marry him.
The king wants proof that she's a real princess before he marries her, said one servant. A real princess wouldn't be able to sleep if there is even one tiny pea underneath a big pile of mattresses, said the other. I am a real princess, thought the princess, but I will pretend that I am not. The servants crept into her room and placed a single pea under her pile of mattresses.
Oh, I'm so sleepy,
yawned the princess and pretended to sleep. The servants watched the princess. Look, she's asleep already. The king will be so angry, cried one. Maybe one pea wasn't enough, said the other servant. We must prove she is princess. The next night, they crept into her room. Lots of frozen peas should do the trick, they whispered. Oh, I am so terribly tired, said the princess. She began snoring loudly. The next morning she rose with the sun. What a wonderful night's sleep I have had. The princess smiled. The servants looked worried. But I really haven't slept a wink, thought the princess secretly. The servants told the king what had happened. Ooh, how does the king feel about that? I think he's angry too. I see him stomping his feet. It looks like he's shouting. Ooh. Let's try other things that start with the letter P, said one servant. Ooh, good idea, said the other servant. That's almost as good as a real pea. What are some things you think they'll put under her mattress that might start with the letter P? Maybe. What about a pumpkin? Maybe a piano. I don't know. Let's read to find out. Oh, the servants put some prickly porcupines into her bed, but the princess slept. Would you sleep with prickly porcupines in your bed?
No way.
They tried a pirate and a panda?
What are they going to try next?
I don't know.
A peacock
And a painter. But still the princess slept. Soon it was the morning of the wedding.
She's not a princess,
said the servants to the king.
Call the wedding off,
sighed the king, and he left.
Phew,
said the princess. She didn't have to marry the old king. And now,
oh, she said, oh, I can finally get a good night's sleep.
That was a silly story. That was different than the story, The Princess and the Pea, that you might have listened to earlier today. How are these stories the same? They both had a princess. They both did have a pea. They put things under her mattress to see if she would sleep, to prove that she was a princess. How is the story different? Yeah, in this story, there wasn't a prince. There was a cranky old king, and the princess didn't want to get married. Great job, Cardinals. I want you to do your very best thinking and see if you could think of something else they could have put under the mattress that started with the letter P. Maybe you could draw a picture and your parents could send it to me by taking a picture of your drawing. Great job, love bugs. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow on our Zoom. Good night.